Hey, music fans, of course, in particular, rock fans, welcome to the Musical People and Journeys show, MPJ. This is a single album review. It's taken from our main show, where we review a whole bunch of albums, and this month is pretty exciting. We've got the likes of Kasabian, Five Finger Death Punch, Machine Head, Panic at the Disco, Silver Sun Pickups, Muse, and I promise you some really cool surprises of bands that you've never heard of, because it's all part of the journey. So please go and check out our YouTube channel if you enjoy the show, and check out more reviews, and of course the old YouTube plea. Please like and subscribe, and please enjoy. Thanks very much. Well, let me tell you who is next, because we have five fingers, as that's a thumb, 5 Finger Death Punch on their new album, which is called Afterlife. Will this be taking us to Afterlife, or will we be going somewhere else? Well, let's find out, shall we? Nathan, well, start with you, buddy. 5 Finger Death Punch. The name of the band seems to typify Nathan Selby. Did it? Talk to me.
I always wanted to know what Rammstein would sound like if they sung in English.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I know.
Less weird.
And I'm pleased they don't.
Oh!
Waiting for that.
The lyrics were cheesy, very easy. There is basically no creativity there. It could be a drum machine. I don't know. I didn't bother to look. What's upsetting is this is the first time I've ever listened to Five Finger Crotch Rot or whatever. My mate in Lincoln used to absolutely love Five Finger, and I sort of made it a point to never listen to them because his music taste was shit. And so I've actually done this essentially for you, Nige. I've broken a rule of mine of a decade actually to never listen to them, and I've listened to them, and I will go back to never listening to them. It is metal as written by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yes.
Wow. I was expecting a bit more there, actually. Well, you just never know. Will, 5 Finger Death Punch, mate, is this something that ticked your boat?
Hello, Will enjoyed this. Shockingly, again. I've also listened to Five Finger Death Punch for a very long time, so I enjoyed this a lot. Sort of the same thing I said with Dynasty, though, is I didn't like it as much as a lot of their older albums, though. I feel like it didn't really compete as much with things like Got Your Six and Wrong Side of Heaven for me. But Welcome to Circus was, a beautiful way to start the album. It said it. And as I've been saying for the past few weeks, the only way to describe Five Finger Death Punch is it's a really angry man who's really sensitive. He's really angry, and he's really sensitive. He's really angry about how sensitive he is, which makes him even more angry. But he's really sensitive, though, still.
I was thinking of how I could describe this album, and Will just blew anything that I probably could think of that would
I'm a really angry guy, but
perfectly. That is a perfect description of this album.
As Dragon Force mocked them a few years ago when they did a parody song of all their choruses are, I'm a really angry guy, but this is my sensitive
Hang
side.
on, sorry, Dragon Force are mocking people?
Yep, it's great.
Dragon Force are mocking people. Does Dragon Force know they're the laughing stock of every single musical?
That's why they
do it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because you already know how awful they are.
I genuinely hope that the members of Dragon Force, particularly Herman Lee, at some point fall into a ravine.
Okay, Chris says, well-paced and solid album, good range of soft ballad and angry noises, which obviously probably sums that up pretty well as well. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm just...
Chris was just describing life at home. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's really funny. Right, well, let's go to Simon. Simon, 5 Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, I mean, I've loved Five Finger Death Punch forever. Way of the Fist and More is the Answer. Love those albums. Went to see them on their first tour in the UK. Absolutely loved them. And the albums have been hit and miss over the years, but Afterlife has been a really good comeback for them, I think. I do worry they're running out of things to be angry about. Some of their topics have started to sort of go into the bit obscure, especially as these more sensitive sides coming out in more tracks in the album, whereas normally you'd only get two or three tracks of sensitivity, but this time there's quite a lot in there. And again, it's delicate, intricate, subtle lyrics like "Dance, dance, motherfucker, till the fat bitch sings."
Yes.
I didn't know I needed that said at me.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Still masters of the delicate lyrics. Gold Gutter is one particular song I want to highlight, is because it's a complete love letter to all their other albums and hits, because it just references all their other like big hits that they've done, which I think is really, for a band of this length, I actually kind of like that rather than just rehashing old songs or something.
Band of this length, you're talking like that Iron Maiden. Hey.
I mean, they've been going for quite a long time, though. I can't remember what their first album is, but they've been going for a fair number of years. 2007, 2006, something like that. So, but yeah, it's just nice for them to reference everything in a song and to make a song about them, like about their previous tracks. So, but yeah, fantastic album. I've listened to it on repeat quite a lot, so I really love it.
I was expecting to hate this album based on previous incarnations, based on what I'd heard of them. I was not expecting to love it in the slightest. For me, that sort of the musicality rock, because you have a rock ballad, and I'm a sucker for rock ballad, okay, and you have rock ballads which are kind of cheesy rock ballads, and then you have rock ballads that are a little bit different, a little bit more punchy, that have a little bit more musicality about them, and these guys delivered that in bucketfuls. So, you know, times like these, Judgment Day, Thanks for Asking, All I Know, you know, from a ballad point of view, they have an edge to them, you know, and I have to say, if it wasn't for the screamo tracks, which I would skip, because they, you know, and for me, it almost felt like they were being angry for the sake of being angry, because that's what's expected of them, because they obviously, unlike Machine Head, have tried to move on, you know, in terms of tapping into a different market, and for me, approaching my market, they did it in bucketfuls. I absolutely, you know, I can't give it the top rating because as an album, I can't listen to the whole thing, but I can listen to 70% of it.
And it was shit.
You know, what was the screamo shit?
No, all of it.
No, it was so not shit. It was so not shit. It was absolutely... I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. So if it wasn't for the screamo shit, for me, it would be somewhere up there in my top 10 albums of the year by a long way. Absolutely fantastic album, and really hit a lot of my sweet spot in terms of what I like. But yeah, fantastic album. I wasn't expecting it. Loved it. Really enjoyed it. Really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'd say, as we come to Marks in a minute, didn't hit that full height because of the screamo tracks, which I just skip after a few listens. So, but there we go. So, so let's kick off then with the downer. Nathan.
The continued conversation about sweet spots on this podcast genuinely makes me feel a little bit crazy.
Welcome to Bedland, mate. Welcome to Bedland.
I genuinely think it's a 0.
Oh my God.
I found nothing.
Wow.
Nothing.
Nothing, man.
No, wow. Chris, give it a 4. Will.
4.5.
4.5. Simon.
We're going to go for the big old 5.
5. I wish I could give it a 5. I really do. I love some of the tracks on it, but it got a 4 from me. God.
Hall of Fame, innit?
No, not with your 0. I mean, your 0. I mean, 0 automatically says that all the rest have to be a 5 to get the Hall of Fame. So no.
Oh, really? Shit, sorry.
Yeah. No, you're not really. Let's be honest about it.
Can't be sorry.
What score do I have to get it sort of half a point away?
2. You'd have to give it a 2, and then it would be a 19.5. So
No, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night.
no, that's what I'll put it. So, well, who is our penultimate? We know who. So our penultimate act, our headline act. Right, let's find out who our headline act, and let's go back live to the stage. Well, virtual live anyway. For the next act.
Oh, man.